Hello dolls, and welcome back to the second part of the Valentine's Day tutorial. In this one, we're going to be doing a card, we're going to be making some food, and a present for your significant other. So for the card, which is starting first, we're just going to get a piece of white cardstock, a piece of black cardstock, and I got this patterned cardstock at Michael's, a bit of red thread, some scissors, and also we're going to need a ruler to measure. Also, of course, we need a needle to sew. So the first thing you're going to do is fold your white cardstock in half, and I'm just going to mark it off with my fingers like this, pressing it lightly at the fold. And then I'm going to use my ruler to really get it nice and straight and professional looking. Now you're going to measure your cardstock to see how wide and how tall it is, and then you're going to cut out a piece of black cardstock a little bit smaller than this in the form of a square. So you're just gonna measure out the size you want your heart to be, and then trace the line, connect them, and cut it out. Once that's set, you're going to take your pencil and you're going to draw an outline of a heart. It doesn't have to be perfect, and after you're done with that, you're going to be making holes inside of your heart. One in the center, and then you're going to trace the whole outline with lots of little holes. I'm going to be doing this with this tool that I have, a scrapbooking tool, but you can use just a sharp object to do this, and make sure to make the holes a little bit close together, but not too close together. Once that step is done, you're going to start sewing, starting from the center and going out. You're going to make sure that every time you sew, you're going to go into the center and then go out. And just repeat this until the whole heart is finished. It's going to take a little time, so be patient, my loves. When you are finished, it's going to look something like this. If you evenly space your holes around the heart, it will look nice and full. Otherwise, it might not look as cute. So now I'm just going to measure out a piece of the patterned paper and cut it out to put on the card, just as a backdrop for the heart. And I didn't mention this, but we're also going to need some double-sided tape, or you can use some glue to adhere your paper onto the front of the card. Just do that, center it, and then do the same for the little heart that you made, and then put that on top of the cardstock and the patterned paper. And this is your end result. It's really cute, simple, and easy to do. Now for the gift. I found this wreath with hearts at Target, and it was like $3, and I decided to personalize it and make it my own. But you can also use some cardboard to create this again in your own unique way. So you'll need some scissors, a pencil, some paint brushes. You'll also need some pictures of you and your significant other. Also some cardstock in 2 different shades. Not shades, well, patterns. And then the metallic wreath, which I mentioned you can use cardboard for instead, and Mod Podge. The first thing you're going to do is cut out all of your pictures. I printed mine out from the printer, but you can also use any pictures that you have that are already lying around your house that you're not using for anything. And I also made a little message that says Happy Valentine's Day. And just cut them all out. And then when you're done with that, you're going to make 4 hearts. And I'm using my wreath as a template, and I'm just going to trace them like this. And then I make 2 with this paper and 2 with the other paper. After you have traced all your hearts, cut them all out and put them to the side along with the pictures, so that we can get started on the hearts. And I only chose those 3 colors because you can mix and match the colors of paint to create the hue that you're interested in. So I'm just taking a little squirt of the white, a squirt of the red, and a squirt of the black color, and then I'm just gonna mix them in together to choose the shade that I want. And remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's a homemade gift, but it looks really pretty when you paint everything together like this. So, and I also recommend using acrylic paint because this one is going to cover everything in one coat. You don't need to do multiple coats, especially if you're pressed for time. Once the paint has dried, use the Mod Podge to adhere the hearts that you cut out earlier with the cardstock. I'm just gonna add a thin coat and then I'm gonna adhere the heart. And I'm leaving a little bit of space up the top, as you see, so the paint can peek through. And then on top of the heart, I'm gonna do another layer of Mod Podge to make sure that it adheres really well to this heart. And then I'm going to apply my picture, one of the pictures, into the heart, and then cover everything with Mod Podge. Repeat this last step for all the other 3 hearts, and then if you would like, also coat the rest of the hearts with the Mod Podge just to ensure that the paint does not flake away and this project will last a little bit longer. Hang it in a prominent place in your house for him or her to enjoy. Okay, maybe you did not have enough time to get him a gift, so why don't you surprise him with some breakfast? All you're gonna need is some strawberries, some bread, some milk, some eggs, some butter, and some Nutella, which you probably have all of these ingredients at home. The first thing you're gonna do is cut off the edges of the bread, all of the crusts. And then when you're done with that, put the bread to the side and open up your Nutella. And put a generous, like, heaping coat of it on each slice of bread that you would tend to make. And now just remove the leaves from the top of the strawberries and kind of pull them out a little bit. This step is optional. You can just slice them however you wish. I'm going to be using my strawberry slicer, which makes it so much easier. And then I'm just going to cut them a little bit smaller to so they don't come out of the bread when I'm cooking them. Cut up all the strawberries, place them at the bottom of your French toast and just line them up like this. And then when you're finished with that, you're going to roll up your slices of bread until they're nice and tidy. Next up is time to whisk the eggs and the milk together, and just add just a touch of salt to this if you want it to have a better flavor. And then when you're done with that, just dunk your French toast rolls into this mixture and fry. I forgot to include a video portion of the frying because it kind of didn't go through when I was recording it. So this is what it looks like, and then just cut up your strawberries, extra strawberries around it, dust with some powdered sugar, and drizzle with a little bit of strawberry syrup or regular syrup if you prefer it, and you're done. If you discover you're out of bread and eggs, then you can try this recipe. It only uses graham crackers, some cream cheese, vanilla, strawberries, and some sugar to taste. And I'm using powdered sugar because it's easier to mix. We're going to be making some cheesecake stuffed strawberries, and all you're going to do is rinse your strawberries, and then when you're done with that, you're going to hull them. Make sure to remove all of the center using a paring knife, or you can use this tool that I have for strawberries, which works really well and it's a time saver, so you should definitely think about that. And it should have a space somewhat of this size. but I really love my tool because it does it so much faster and I don't have to think about it at all, and you do achieve faster results and the same results. Make sure to use larger strawberries so you can fit more of the cream cheese mixture into them. Do this for all of your strawberries. Once you're finished with your strawberries, we're gonna get started on our cheesecake mix. So we're gonna be using the cream cheese, a half cup of the powdered sugar, and a drizzle of vanilla for tasting. And then just really whisk this well to ensure that everything is nicely blended and smooth. And when you're done with that, then we're gonna fill a Ziploc bag with this mixture. You can also use, like if you're more of a baker, a piping bag and, different tip. But I am not a baker, so I'm just using the Ziploc bag technique. And I'm gonna refrigerate it for a little bit so it just firms up. And while that's happening, I'm going to just crush my graham cracker so I can get some crumbs and set it to the side. Now, after your graham crackers are all crushed into really tiny pieces, I'm just using a cup because it's so much easier and it was right on hand. Then we're going to fill a cup with all of your crumbs so they're easy to access when you need them later on for garnishing. And you're going to grab your strawberries and start filling them up. Just filling them with a little dollop of the mixture. And I arranged them already on the inside of a bowl because it's a lot easier to do this in this way, and then just drizzle with the graham crackers and you're done. Well ladies, I hope that you enjoyed. This tutorial was fun to make and easy. So have a happy Valentine's Day. Kiss, mwah, a hug, and see you next time. Bye.